Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's called Pretty Inspired. My name is Shelley and I'm so happy you've joined me today. Today I'm going to show you my fall decor for the month of October. In Canada, we celebrate both Thanksgiving on the first Monday in October, and of course we celebrate Halloween at the end of October on October 31st. And I mix those two wonderful celebrations together because they're so close to each other. You're in my kitchen right now, or at least part of it, and I redesigned this kitchen about 3 years ago with all of this in mind. I don't really like to cook. I love to decorate, and I love everything that goes in cupboards that's pretty. So if you take a look at, this particular, I don't know what that is, but we're not going to worry about it. If you take a look at this particular cupboard, you will note that I fill this cupboard with all kinds of things for fall and for Halloween. I love cake plates, so they go inside. And I try to make it all festive and fun just for this season. I do switch out my kitchen 3 times a year at least. I do it in the fall, I do it for Christmas, and then put it back to what we'll call normal sometime in January. And I do have Easter dishes as well, but I don't tend to redo the whole cupboards just for Easter because I don't have as much serving pieces. My main reason for loving this kitchen though, besides the cupboards, is this window. I decorate this window for every single season. You'll notice for the fall, I put pinwheels in. I absolutely love these pretty little pinwheels. You'll notice I put them in the fall colors of golds and whites and this sort of pinky orange and black. It's just so much fun. I use this 3-tiered tray for many seasons. I love that I can display things with different heights. I love that I can hide little pieces underneath, like this little spider that my grandson Tennyson absolutely loves. I went to Bombay while we were building this kitchen, and lo and behold found this, and I said this is a perfect thing to add into my window. And you'll notice it has height. It allows me to add even taller things on it. And in this scene, of course, one of my favorite things, I just bought that this year at HomeSense. It's called Home Goods in the United States. But I absolutely love this little guy. My little grandson Tennyson points and he says, Papa, Nana, Tennyson, and of course the wee one is our other little granddaughter whose name is Arlynn. He gets such a kick out of saying all of that. I especially love that this year I was able to add this funky bow. Remember, you need to know that I started YouTube because of a woman that I watch on YouTube. Her name is Arlynn. Arlynn's Cozy Country Crafts. She is just fabulous. Can't say enough about her. And so she taught me how to do this. So take a look at her videos because they're so much fun. I also have this pumpkin from Hallmark that my grandson adores. When he comes to my house, he always says, Nana, Nana, turn the light, turn the light. He calls it a yite, but that's okay. I know what he means. And I turn this on and it makes him laugh and giggle. And of course, right today, it's not gonna turn on. Well, we'll sort that out later. That doesn't matter. When I do my table, you need to know I don't like to cook. My friends and my family know me for setting the table. They know I don't cook. They know I'm not very good at it. As a matter of fact, my daughters one day, when I had a beautiful table set for some sort of celebration, my eldest daughter, Jenlyn, who looked at me and she said, you know, Mom, you sure set a beautiful table. It's too bad you can't fill the plate. Now, many people would have been insulted by that comment. I laughed. I've always told my children, you have to tell the truth. It is the truth. It was the truth, and it continues to be the truth. So I love to set the table. I love it to look pretty, and the food is just passable. Let's put it this way. Thank goodness my daughters, my son-in-laws know how to cook, so we always end up with a really good meal at the end of the day. And you know, I do the basics. I was up early this morning getting things ready for Thanksgiving, and believe me, for me, it's the basics. My tables always have place settings that I absolutely love. So you'll notice I'm going to have you sort of zoom in here and take a look at what I do. So the first thing I do when I set a table is I put down a beautiful tablecloth. I have over 100 tablecloths. I love tablecloths and placemats and all sorts of things. Someday I may give you a video of my linen closet. You'll laugh, I'm sure. I found both this and this at HomeSense this year. Love these because when you have little children sitting at your table, these can just be wiped off. They're made out of cork and they're covered in paper and they're just beautiful and they clean up so beautifully. I always like to use a charger at my place setting, and I don't like using plastic chargers, but when I walked into Pier 1 this year, they had these gorgeous chargers. I did this immediately and I realized that they were made out of plastic, but I didn't care because I like them that much and they're just that pretty. One of the tips that I got from a good friend of mine earlier this year when I had a big baby shower for my youngest daughter and I had chargers out, she said, Shelley, why don't you get this material, it's just a plasticky kind of material, from the dollar store, cut it into circles and lay it down on your charger, and that way the plates won't move. Now that friend's name is Janet, and it was a wonderful idea, so thank you, Janet. Good idea, use it all the time now. I always have a wine glass. I may add a water glass as well, but you know, let's face it, we're all gonna be drinking wine, so you know, we're gonna have wine. I always make place cards. It's what I'm known for. I do a little bit of calligraphy, not great at it. I follow Kelly Create. She is a friend of mine. She and I used to teach together and she now lives out west. So it's fun to follow her and it's fun to try. I also always love to decorate the middle of my table. Now, I love these particular little candle holders. They're from Patience Brewster. They're so pretty. I bought these trivets here. They come from a brand new store in this area. It's called Old Oak Linen. It's absolutely fabulous. I walked in and these are trivets and I thought, I know what I'm going to do with them. You'll notice I'm not using them to put hot food on. I use them to raise my candles just a little, and then I just added these other little pumpkins from Michael's that are so pretty and so much in my color scheme this year. I also like sprinkles to a table, so I buy things like this from the dollar store, things like this from the dollar store, just little things. I add these gorgeous little wooden acorns. They're from Pier 1. I've had them for years and they always go on my fall table. And this year at Michael's, I also found these little wooden leaves, and I thought they'd make a nice addition. I like the different textures, the different feel. There's a little bit of glitz in my tablecloth as well, and it just makes things so very, very pretty. You'll also note that I always use a knife rest. I don't like my tables to get messy with, you know, dirty knives, so I always have a knife rest at my place settings so that people can just rest their knife you know, gently by their plate, and really it keeps everything cleaner and prettier as far as I'm concerned. Now, also in my kitchen, and one thing I'd like to go back to is this particular cake stand here. Remember I said I decorate with cake stands? I really, really love this Patience Brewster pumpkin. He was ridiculously expensive. I think he's so whimsical, he's so much fun. He fits in so nicely with my little acorn people and my little ghost that this again is another vignette that my grandson loves. He says pumpkin and ghost, and you know, I talk about these two little acorn people and he thinks it's all very, very funny. So I thought I'd point that out to you as well. I know not only decorate in my cupboards, I won't show you the other cupboard because it really doesn't matter. I decorate in the cupboards above, and I go way up above my cupboards as well. And I made that particular wreath about 2 years ago. I saw it in a magazine and looked for it on Pinterest and decided I could probably do that. And of course, I had so much fun doing it. I make a lot of wreaths now, mostly for myself and my friends and my family, but it's a lot of fun to decorate up there. And of course, again, that's another place where my grandson comes and he points up there and he says, "Witch," and he loves the pumpkins up there, and he's absolutely intrigued by everything that is up there. I'll decorate even more for Christmas up there, but it's a fun look. Also in my kitchen, you'll notice that I go above my stove and I put a pretty little witch there and something that looks like a book, which really isn't a book, and a couple of pumpkins, add some leaves and some berries, and that just adds a nice little festive look. I also, when I redid this kitchen, I needed it to be more functional and prettier and all of that sort of thing. So I put the most gorgeous tile on my backsplash. It's made out of glass, and you'll notice some of them are cracked, and I absolutely love the look of it. It sparkles in the evening. It's so pretty. Take a look at my hardware, how gorgeous that is. I always also have a cake plate here. This is another Patience Brewster item that I adore. Notice the little spiders on it. So cute. My daughter hates spiders. Of course, this kind of grosses her out, but that's okay because although I don't like spiders either, I just adore this cake plate. And of course, they have the most gorgeous shoes on this cake plate. The final thing that I'm going to show you in my kitchen is, believe it or not, my light. When we redid this kitchen, we had planned just to put pot lights in. And when I found this light, I said to my husband, "I have to have that light." And he said, "Where are you going to put it?" I said, "In the kitchen." He said, "That's really not a kitchen light, Shelley." And I said, "I don't care. I have a vision. That's where it's going, and that's where it is." Such a good thing for my kitchen. Very difficult to clean, but my house is a labor of love. I love it, and I'm very lucky that my husband will clean it about once every 2 months. And even though I don't cook very often, it sure can get yucky, and so it takes him a couple of hours to clean it. Anyway, it's been so nice spending this little bit of time with you. I hope that you like what you see, that you'll click to subscribe to my channel, and that you'll hit the notification button so that you get to see more of my home decor. Have a great day, and if you're in Canada, I know you're enjoying this weekend. Bye-bye.